Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? So trending all over the news, late last night I noticed was The Rock. Apparently he made an announcement that, well, I'll play the clip.
Is this? My wife Lauren, as well as my two baby girls, and myself, we have all tested positive for COVID-19. And I could tell you that this has been one of the most challenging and difficult things we have ever had to endure as a family, and for me personally too as well. And I've gone through some doozies in the past. I've gotten knocked about and got my ass kicked a little bit in the past with some challenges, but testing positive for COVID-19 is much different than overcoming nasty injuries or being evicted or even being broke, which I have been more than a few times. And the reason why I feel like this is different is because my number one priority is to always protect my family and protect my children, my loved ones. By the way, I know I speak for all of you guys. It is our number one priority. All of you guys around the world. You always want to protect your family and your babies. And I wish it was only me who tested positive, but it wasn't. It was my entire family. So this one was a real kick in the gut. But I am happy to tell you guys that we as a family are good. We are on the other end of it. We're on the other side. We are no longer contagious, and we are, thank God, we are healthy. And we've gotten through COVID-19 stronger and healthier. And, believe me, I am counting my blessings because, like all of us, we all have been hit by this thing. Whether it is people we know, family we know, loved ones we know, friends we know. So we are counting our blessings right now because we're well aware that it isn't always the case that you get on the other end of COVID-19 stronger and healthier. I have had some of my best friends have lost their parents, their loved ones, to this virus that is so incredibly relentless and unforgiving, and it is insidious. We are counting our blessings, but we are good. And so for our babies, Jazzy and Tia, it was, they had a little sore throat the first couple of days, but other than that, they bounced back, and it's been life as normal. Happy babies running around and playing, but we have isolated ourselves as a family. It's what we had to do. But Lauren and I, it was a little bit different for Lauren and I. We had a rough go, but we got through it. And again, we got through it as a family. We are stronger, we are better, and we did it together.
Now, you just heard The Rock's story about how his family dealt with it. Let me show you a quick clip, news article, however, of how a lot of these mainstream media articles tried to phrase it. All right, so you saw that news clip. So you saw how, and you heard The Rock's story. So here's The Rock. So The Rock talks about how his family came down with COVID-19 during this lockdown. Apparently, he allowed a friend to come over to their house. The friend didn't know that they had it and transmitted to Rock and his wife and his kids. Bottom line is they beat it. No problem. More importantly, he said as far as his two kids, they got it. And you know what? The worst of it, like 98, 99% of all kids, is they're either asymptomatic and or at worst, and more specifically to his kids, sore throat for 1 or 2 days. And then it's like, oh, all right, I'm over it. Sore throat. That's not debilitating at all. You can still walk, run, play, do whatever activities you can. Just drop a Halls real quick, drink some tea with some honey, whatever. 2 days max, the kids. So that destroys a lot of the arguments being made about how this spreads to kids. Do we reopen schools, camps, daycares? Oh my God, what do we do? Again, no, so long as your kid does not have any debilitating or serious pre-existing condition, such as bad obesity for their age, diabetes, I can't really think of much else. If they're on dialysis and they're facing cancer treatment, so long as they don't have one of those extreme examples, they're just a normal, healthy kid. The worst of it is possibly a sore throat, maybe a headache for a day or two. They really, really have to look deep to find, and there are cases where they're trying to attribute serious causes to a kid, but that's like maybe 1 out of 1 million. So that was the message for the kids. And then as far as him and his wife, he did say they had the worst of it, but look at this. He said, yeah, they had it a little worse than the kids, but did they say we had to go to the hospital? It was so severe, we couldn't move, we couldn't breathe. No, I just heard that they had it a little worse than the kids. Naturally, because you're older, and even though you're healthy, if you're older, your immune system is not going to be what that of an 8-year-old, 15-year-old is. Now your immune system's going to be good. And one of the things The Rock didn't mention is control the controllables. And one very important thing that he takes very great pride in is how well he takes care of himself, his health, and that of his family, building up their immune system, because the stronger the immune system, the better you can combat COVID-19. And even though they had the worst of it compared to their kids, it wasn't so bad that they felt like they were dying or shut in. They just beat it. They beat it. If it was really, really serious, I'm pretty certain The Rock, in terms of their health, would have said something would have described just how bad it got for him and or his wife about not being able to get out of bed. I mean, he did compare it to some injuries he had, and he said, yeah, it was tough, but, a flu can be tough. But again, it sounds like they kicked it in a few days, maybe a week, and now they're better. And not only better, he said stronger than before. Or they're just as good as before. They're not like, oh my God, I've got these lasting effects. I'm not breathing as well as I used to. No, he said we are even stronger. So they kicked it. But when you look at these articles like CNN, MSNBC, things like that, they're saying how the way they're trying to paint the picture is someone who is in as pitch perfect condition as The Rock not only can get it, but it was tough for someone like him to really make you scared. And then I look at some of these comments saying you never know the long lasting effect. Dude literally said, I'm feeling better than before. But again, I remember there was another article, I'll see if I can find it again and put the link in the description box, that tries to really emphasize the potential for long-term effects of coronavirus. Even if you beat it, young and healthy, you still may not be what you were before. I really believe, either they're fabricating those stories, but at the very least, those are few and far between. Again, like a needle in a haystack. They do not represent the norm. The Rock represents the norm. So I just had to share how, that's being pushed to really, I think, scare people, contrary to The Rock's actual message of, yes, we had it, we beat it, and it wasn't that serious. But again, these mainstream, I don't even know, can I say the word retards? Mainstream libs are trying to paint an opposite picture because it fits their narrative of fear porn. But we cannot give in to fear. Let love guide you, not fear. History isn't the way these corporate media folks try to make it look like. You have to read between the lines and free your mind. This is a serious virus for some. If you're elderly, over 60, your immune system is compromised. And so the message I want to get out to the country, to the world, take care of your health. Eat right, exercise, build your immune system up. And if you can't get it all through your food, and watch what you eat. I'm not saying give up processed foods and all, but just make sure you're mixing it up a little bit and providing your body with the necessary nutrients. Make sure you're working out, getting some fresh air, getting some vitamin D. And as Ralph Smart would say, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. All right. And if you do that, you'll be all right. And if you do have a pre-existing condition already, just keep doing what you need to do to take care of yourself. If it is something that you can fix through a lifestyle and dietary change, do that. But if you can't, just make sure you're also taking extra precautions to not catch this, because it could be worse for you than it would be for someone like myself who's already in really good health. That's the message I want to get out there. Again, if you like this, please like and share, subscribe. And I really want to hear your feedback and your comment. So feel free to drop a comment and I will respond. I want to keep this an interactive discussion and hear your thoughts, because this is all about active discussion and coming together. All right, so have a great day, everyone, and I shall talk to y'all later. Peace.